Folks, today we're going to be reviewing the Compoform Tesseract. This is the newest piece from Ivan, designer out of Russia. If you're not familiar with him, this is a really unique piece, really different from some of the things that he's been doing recently. Most recently, they've been doing runs of the V3, again with these new plates, the kind of looser flow pattern on the inner plate, and some weaker magnets for a little easier rotations and whatnot. But this piece is really exciting. It follows a similar format to the Gorgon or Space Coin, Moonman coin that came out, where it's got this like a half bead coming out of the plate, you can see there. And that's the pivot side. And then this is the track side. So difference between these though, and I'm not 100% sure why, but when he made these, they've got exposed magnets. These magnets are encased inside the titanium. This particular model, he did a couple different ones with like blue titanium, purple titanium, and green. This one is copper, which is not my first choice, but when I saw one available, I had to jump because I wasn't able to get one when it was released, just because of complications with the payment system. Difficult getting money to people in Russia. But anyway, so this piece, you can see it's got kind of this like chocolate bar base with rows that are what's the word I'm looking for? Hollowed out all the way to the end there, all the way to the edge, so that you can perform all these wild tricks. Now, not having that beveled edge to kind of hold the piece in there does mean that there's potential for that to happen. But it's really good magnet strength, so as long as you're careful, you're not going to see that happen too often. I'm being a little more aggressive with it just because I'm close to the carpet, and that's a safe spot to be. But so you can get this rotation here that almost mirrors kind of the clover that he released, that I also regret selling. Otherwise, you get these kind of awesome laddering moves that you can do all the way down, all the way around the entire perimeter, down through the middle, even flip it around. And how was I doing that before? I'm doing it from the other side. One of the interesting things about this design that I was curious about, because a lot of times his products have this kind of, which these ones don't, but they have almost like a shine to them. It almost seems like he encases the titanium in almost like an epoxy, it looks like, where you can see there's kind of this shine to it that makes it super durable, keeps it from scratches and things like that, where this one does not have that. And you can see these kind of micro abrasions on the surface there because it doesn't have that covering. So this is becoming kind of like a beater piece, just because I like to carry it a lot. but the more you carry something without that kind of protective covering, you're going to see more of those little nicks appear. So I was curious about this one though. So when you look at that, I didn't know if these lines were going to be filled all the way to the edge with epoxy. Would that make it too slick? If it wasn't filled, would it make these edges too sharp? And it is not filled, so you can see they are empty. Same on this, on the front piece, but it's got this curve to it. You can see that, which is really kind of nice. Yes, it is a little sharp here, which after some use, you'll feel some wear on your finger, your hands from just kind of the roughness of these spots here, but overall, really awesome piece. Definitely worth it, definitely unique, different than other stuff that Ivan has done before. Still kind of learning different moves and getting the strength just right. Great sound too, because it's got this kind of radial pattern on that side and then up and down lines, so you'll get that scrape of those two patterns crossing over each other. Yeah. So one of the other things I was curious about was, would the coin work on this base as well? Unfortunately,
what is it? What's your card?
It's the polarity is not correct. The side of the coin that does connect is track to track, which it does work actually, but it doesn't have that nodule or whatever there to hold it in. But you can definitely still use that coin piece on the chocolate bar piece, just not as attractive. Hold on, we're having an issue here. You good?
No, I'm not.
All right. You can also use the V3 plate on it. Just kind of out of curiosity. It doesn't work terribly well. That was kind of one of the pieces I hoped would kind of work for this, would be this kind of modularity of some of his previous pieces working along these lines. But and I don't think the clover would work, because the inside of the clover, it doesn't have the ball, it's got a post, so that one wouldn't work on there. But definitely still awesome. Super cool. So wait, let's see. So, oh, okay, this one's gonna be post to post then. Yeah, it doesn't work. All right. Either way, if you guys see any of these, because with how kind of unique these are, different than what he's done before, I'm curious to see what the secondary market looks like for these, if you're going to see a lot of them hit because people don't know what to do with it, or you know, it isn't just a simple slider or a track coin or something like that. That you may see some of these for people who just decide ultimately it's not for them. Keep an eye out for it. If you see one, 100% worth the price, worth the experience. You know what? Hold 1 second here. The one thing that it kind of reminds me of that more people tried, I think, than have tried this is this. And I hate to compare it to just some Chinese fidget that came out because it's obviously a lot more quality, but a fidget's a fidget. This one had something similar where it's got that track that can run up and down, and you can do kind of twirls on it and move it over around the perimeter, up and down. So this is kind of a affordable experience, but certainly not the same as this, because what that offers is the ability to travel on the outside of the perimeter and still connect. That is like just a super cool feature with those kind of limitless, it doesn't have any side to it to keep you from going off track or anything like that. Yeah. That's kind of the move that I've been addicted to, is just out, roll it down. It's got a great sound too, and this little copper inlay is not like permanently secured, so there's kind of like a little rattle to it on the back. That one seems secure. That one's a little rattly, so it gives it a little extra noise. Either way, awesome piece. Well done, Ivan.